are tuned into the video game pharmacy.
Yo, what is up, you guys? Welcome to another episode of VGRx, your weekly dose of video game news, knowledge, and know-how. I was going to do a really long one, but then I decided...
You did that last week.
Yeah, I did it last. I was like, I got to mix it up.
And banter, because we don't always stay hard on news. We kind of just talk about whatever sometimes.
Yeah, that's half the fun,
it's likely.
though.
Yeah.
You know, it keeps things wiggly. You can't see it, but I'm making a wiggly motion right
We
now.
can see it.
Thank you.
Be glad you
we're
can't
very
see
wiggly.
it.
Yeah, very wiggly. Zach,
Hey.
Brittin,
Hello.
and I'm Scott. Hello.
Hi, guys.
Again for another week.
Yeah.
Big news, and not video game related. This is us related.
Yeah.
So
Big news for the show.
big news for the show. Yes. So something that we've talked about being in the NWCZRadio.com studio before. Almost every single episode, we always thank those guys because we love their faces. But big news is that we are actually going to be on NWCZRadio.com
Yes.
for the foreseeable future.
That's
But that
really
does not
exciting.
that does not mean that we won't be on iTunes. We'll still be on iTunes. But
everywhere else.
but we will be on NWCZ Radio. I believe right now our time slot it's I don't remember, but I think it's taking over one of the other shows, which was a show I actually did. So it's going to be a late time slot, but that doesn't mean that it can't change. It's just that's kind of where we're at right now.
I mean, that kind of works out perfectly though, because
Does it?
I mean, I think gamers are kind of known for staying up late.
I think it might actually be on Friday at like 10 to 11, if I'm not mistaken.
That's a stereotype, man.
I mean,
The funny thing is,
play
Is
off
she
of it.
wrong?
the three
She's
of
not
us
wrong.
work at the crack of dawn.
We do,
Or at least
which
did
is
up until
hilarious,
recently.
yeah.
Did.
Yeah.
Now I'm staying up till late. I mean, Zach still stays up late.
Oh yeah.
So
My sleep
The night
schedule is
owl.
ruined.
yeah, his is pretty messed up. But anyway, so don't forget to now check us out on iTunes and NWCCRadio.com.
Ooh, we got to workshop a new ending for the show, don't we?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
A new closeout.
yeah,
Yeah.
that's fine.
Don't
We
have to
never
do it
really
this
had
week.
one in place anyway. So
Oh, yeah, okay.
Yeah.
We'll
Hey,
just wing it like we do everything else.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
That's just kind of how the show runs on. It's based on chicken wings
Interesting.
and how
I
well
never thought of it that way.
and how many wings we have
Yeah.
and how many we give.
Have we ever brought chicken wings in here?
Oh my god.
I feel like we'd mess
I
up all the
so
equipment.
can. I mean, we don't.
We have, yeah. I
once
brought
we-
in
Oh,
chicken
that's
wings.
right.
Yeah.
Once we
Yeah.
touch everything, we're good to go. We just get the show started, and then we just munch, and then we just talk.
Oh, I thought you were talking about we like just touch everything with our chicken finger hands,
Oh,
That's
no,
kind of
that'd
what I
make it
thought you
greasy.
meant too.
No, no.
It's gross. I didn't like that.
and then we
one
just
bit.
leave. It's like it's so that it's all sticky. It's just
Yeah.
like
Greasy.
why is everything so greasy?
Hey guys, you want to talk about video games?
Nah.
Remember that whole banter thing we were talking about at the beginning of the show?
You asked for the banter.
I
Yeah.
know, I really did. Yeah.
This is your fault. You
This
brought up
is
the
it.
chicken wings.
This is it.
Yeah. Hey,
Yeah, what's up?
I do want to know the answer to the question last week.
Trivia.
That was a question you had.
I brought a question last week.
Hit me with it.
I asked you guys what were the top 5 best-selling Zelda games in the United States over all the years.
Can I
The history of
Can I
video
try
games.
and remember my answers?
Yeah, you can. It's not hugely important if you don't, but yeah. See how,
It's
let's see how
important to
close
me.
you were.
It's
Okay,
important to me.
Yeah, go.
It's important to me.
Do it.
Hey.
Hit me with it.
Okay.
You guys probably both got top place, right? I'm guessing. What was that?
I don't know what that
Okay.
means. I can tell you what I said. I said Legend of Zelda, so
Yep.
the one for the NES.
Yep.
I said Ocarina of Time,
Okay.
Twilight Princess,
Okay.
Breath of the Wilds,
Yep.
Link's Awakening,
Mm-hmm.
and I think the last one I said was just Wind Waker.
Okay. You are 3 for 5, my friend.
Oh, am I really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. Zach, do you remember what you said at all?
Absolutely not,
That's okay.
dude.
I do remember you saying Breath of the Wild.
I do remember him saying Zelda 2.
because that's number 1.
I put Zelda 2 at 5. With Breath of the Wild, I think at number 1.
Okay.
I put Ocarina of Time at 2.
Got it.
But I got 3 and 4 are gone.
All right, here we go. From top to bottom, first place to 5th place. Breath of the Wild for Switch. Twilight Princess for Wii.
Yes.
Ocarina of Time. Majora's Mask. You'll never guess number 5. I hinted at this last week.
yeah,
There's
you
one
did,
that you would just never in a million years put on this list. Link's Crossbow Training is the 5th best-selling Zelda game of all time.
What platform is
That was on
It's a
Wii.
Wii.
That was a Wii game. And it came with a weird plastic apparatus that you put your your controllers into, and it kind of simulated a crossbow.
A gun.
It was an equestrian archery game. You're riding horseback and shooting arrows at stuff.
Did you ever play it?
I didn't. I heard it was fun enough, but it's a very shallow, very short experience. It's just the fact that it was on Wii. I think that landed it a spot on this list.
I'm pretty sure it came with the Wii Motion Plus.
No, that was Wii Play.
Well, then what's the point?
Right.
What if they ported it to the Switch?
They won't.
They would.
They will never do that.
And put it on Labo.
That is not a thing.
They could throw it on the eShop for $10 maybe.
If they did put it on Labo, that wouldn't be bad.
Make an actual cardboard crossbow.
Yeah,
that could be kind of fun.
That'd be really cool.
All right, I'd make one.
Would
hey,
you?
Scott.
Hey, Brittin.
I
I almost called you Zach.
I threw a Labo kit your way recently.
Yes.
Are you gonna open that thing?
I did.
Did you?
I have.
That's awesome. Did you make anything?
I have.
Okay, what'd you make?
I made the little RC car. I actually am. I was planning either today and or potentially next week because this whole weekend I'm busy. To make the steering wheel. The steering wheel of fishing is my
steering wheel.
Yeah,
that's not in there.
The motorcycle one.
Is there?
Yeah.
Oh wow.
Yeah, it came with.
Because there's an actual steering wheel that goes with a different kit, the vehicle kit.
Yeah.
This one. It's like
the
motorcycle handlebars.
Yeah. So it's the handlebars.
Yeah.
So this one comes with like the little RC car, which is like the beginning, and it takes like 10 minutes to make.
Yep.
The fishing rod, the TV, or the little house.
Yeah. Okay.
The motorcycle, and then the piano.
All right, gotcha. Yeah. I hear that piano takes like 4 or 5 hours to make.
I believe
so.
it.
Carve out a chunk of time for that one.
Okay. Well, I can't play piano anyway, so.
Are you like me, where you're super careful when you're punching out every single piece?
No,
of
I just go for it.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah, no, I'm just like.
You're like a kid on Christmas morning.
Yeah, dude, I'm like
awesome.
a kid on crack. Can we not say that?
No.
Legally or
no.
Financially?
None of the above.
Okay.
You're fired.
Well, I'll cut that out.
I'm gonna need your badge.
Oh.
Give it over. Hand it over.
Well, then I guess we got to leave the studio and
no, let's not do
keep
that.
Audacity just running in silence.
It helps that nobody's listening. So, oh wait, we're on a new platform, so we do have to be aware of these things. I'm kidding.
I'm so triggered.
I'm kidding. Hey, let's do some news, you guys.
Yeah, dude.
There's a lot. We got a busy doc this week.
Yeah. Hey, can I just quickly say something real fast?
Yeah, go ahead.
I don't want to take up a ton of time, but we talked about the international last year. Last year.
Whoa.
Wow. We have one episode a year, guys.
Yep. Okay.
Last week, and it was in the middle of the week, so I didn't have a ton more information. But we do have a winner.
It's over. Okay.
It's over.
Yep. What happened?
It was actually a really exciting year. So all the games that were played were pretty amazing, and then I got to the grand finals, which was really funny because there wasn't a single Chinese team in it. Which almost every year there's always been at least one Chinese team in the final.
Right. Okay.
Wasn't this year,
and it was held in China.
It was held in China.
It's pretty funny.
So it was pretty ironic. But it was Team Liquid and OG who made it to the finals.
Was there any upsets or anything like that, or was that pretty predictable?
I wouldn't say. No, actually, Team Liquid beating the last Chinese team was actually pretty remarkable because the one Chinese, which was a PSG LGD, they're an amazing team, 100%. Like probably one of my favorite Chinese teams.
Okay, cool.
I was gonna say, are they French?
No, they're Chinese.
Yeah.
So they're the last Chinese team, and then Team Liquid beat them. They're a European team, and that kind of took everyone by surprise. That it was crazy. But OG was last year's winner, and they didn't drop a single game until the finals.
Okay.
So they started an upper bracket and went all the way through to the grand finals, and they won.
Dang, okay.
Wow.
And they're the first team in TI history, so 9 years of TIs, to be the first team to ever not only win the Aegis back-to-back 2 years in a row, but also be the first players to be 2-time TI winners.
So we'll also preference TI is the
international,
the professional tournament for
Dota 2. The international, yeah. That is...
and Dota 2 is...
Dota 2 is a MOBA. It's like League of Legends.
Yeah, so a massive...
Massive multiplayer online. You're wrong.
Battle arena, right?
It's massive multiplayer online battle arena.
Yeah.
Yep. But yeah, no, it was really fun.
You stay up super late watching it?
6 a.m.
Dang, man.
Oh, Lord.
So super early.
I got less than 3 hours of sleep.
That's out of control.
I can't really operate on that.
No. I went to work. I did it.
Oh, man.
Yeah. I mean, what can I say?
You're hardcore.
I'm a man of my craft.
This is your Super Bowl, so you kind of
just it really is. Yeah, the international is my
comparison.
Super Bowl.
Yeah.
But next year they announced where it's going to be next year, and I'm so excited. It's in Stockholm, Sweden, and I am going.
That's cool.
Yeah, I'm already kind of planning out my trip. But I plan on going for 2 weeks and not only go to the international, but the birthplace of Avicii.
You like to travel.
I love traveling.
That's cool, man.
Yeah, I absolutely love it.
Yeah, you'll have fun.
Anyway, but yeah, that's just kind of my little quickie blip.
All right, cool.
Yeah.
Y'all ready for this?
Yeah.
Sorry.
Thanks for that.
Yeah,
That
no
was
problem,
good.
man.
Yeah, I needed it. So there's a lot here, you guys, and it's
There
all
is,
just
yeah.
kind of random, chaotic, all over the place kind of news. So I figured you guys could just pick something. We'll take turns. We'll
Wario's
pick
nipples.
something. I figured that was going to come up first, and not just because it's at the top of the list, because it's just there, and there's a picture to go along with it.
Yeah.
So Tokyo, what's it called? Mario and Sonic at the Olympics, Tokyo 2020 is coming out in a little bit, and they've been showing a lot of promotional material lately. So we got this one screenshot. It's got Wario and Dr. Eggman on the place pedestal at the end of an event, and they're both shirtless. They were probably doing a swimming event or something like that. So this is our first look at Wario with no shirt on. You guys may remember when Super Mario Odyssey came out last year, 2 years ago. There's a kingdom called Seaside Kingdom there, and Mario can get an outfit that's just like swim trunks, basically. And so he's shirtless, and everybody made such a big deal about seeing Mario shirtless for the first time. But I think this kind of takes it to another level. And I think they were aware of that when they decided what Wario was going to look like with no shirt. What's wrong with this picture, you guys?
He has no nipperoos.
It's weird, right?
Yeah.
He's just a blank canvas, a big round blank canvas.
I mean, how do you...
He can be anything he wants to be.
No, he can't. He's one very specific thing.
How do
He's
you
blank.
have a mustache like that
Yeah.
and nothing else?
And no other body hair
no other
whatsoever.
body hair.
It's really bizarre, isn't it? Can we blow this up? Yeah, a little bit.
Yeah, a little bit.
He's just a big round blob.
Let me just really zoom into
and it's
Wario's
not that
bare chest.
It's not that they didn't have the nipple tech available to them, because Dr.
The nipple tag.
Dude, that is totally the name.
The nipple tag.
Perfect. Dr. Robotnik's right next to him.
He's got straight nips.
He's got a similar build.
Yo, he's straight nipping.
He is.
Yeah.
Yeah. It must have been cold water, I guess, there, Dr. Eggman.
So wait. So Dr. Eggman's nipples are straight nipping, but when Wario gets in water, they retract into his body.
Maybe that's
wow.
it. Maybe that's it.
That's
next.
next. That's next level.
Yeah.
Yo, this
Do you
whole
think that's
episode
funny,
is going to be.
So
one
they
big
were
cut.
swimming. Maybe they waxed.
it'd be
Maybe
fine.
that's why they have no chest hair.
Maybe.
No.
That's a
Maybe
thing. That's a thing
his
swimmers
character
do.
is very peculiar.
As a
about
swimmer, I
his
can
body
assure
shape.
you that chest hair really does not.
Not that big of a deal. What about arm and leg hair?
Some people decide they want to shave their armpit
Yeah.
hair. I didn't personally when I was a
You
competitive
swam?
swimmer. Yeah, I was a competitive swimmer.
Oh,
wow.
Yeah.
I didn't
I had
know
some
that.
of the I had some of the best times in the state back in the
Do
Disney.
you think you could pull it off these days?
No, dude, I'm fat.
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
dude.
Look at these guys. Look at these professional swimmers.
You know what? That's true. I cannot. You know,
Hey,
you're
if
right.
Wario can do it, I think you're good, man.
Oh.
And he wears his gloves in the water too.
But
Apparently,
I need to not have nipples.
that's true. Do you think he keeps the hat on
Yeah, of course.
in a swimming event?
Why wouldn't he?
Well, I mean, he took his
that's
shirt
absolutely
off.
hilarious.
Do you like how
So that they
Dr.
have
Robotnik
gloves
has
on them.
glasses and goggles on?
Yes, that's so good. I love it. I love the attention to detail.
The
or lack
characters are.
thereof.
It's insane, really. It's insane. Like the more and more you look at this photo.
I know, it's really bizarre. I wonder who was in third place here. You don't get to see it. Kind of cuts off on the
So
right
the
side
question
there.
is, are you going to get it, Brittin?
I was planning on it, and I tried to tell Scott about it last week after you left briefly, and he totally shut me down during the conversation. I was telling him there's like a retro 8/16-bit section to this game that really fascinated me. It sounds awesome.
Yeah, but we all know that you have a fascination with 8-bit and old school
Because
video
it looks so
games.
good. 3D doesn't age that well. The retro bit art looks just amazing no matter how much time passes. It's awesome. If it's well done.
You have a point. You
Yeah.
have a point there.
Yeah. All right, cool. Zach, what do you want to talk
You know
about?
what I want to talk about?
Yeah,
I want
what's
to
up?
talk about this Uncharted movie.
Do you?
Yeah.
Yeah, this is pretty fascinating, actually.
So this sheds personally some hope for me that they're actually trying to make a good video game movie.
You have hope for that?
I have hope because I
Yeah.
feel like they're trying to find.
Have you seen the Sonic movie?
Sanic. It's looking all right.
You got what pushback, right?
Yeah, that's
20
coming out early next year.
Yeah. What's your
I think
point?
Scott's joking, at least slightly.
It's a meme. It's a meme.
Yeah,
But-
we'll see. Maybe we'll all be blown away. Who
So
knows?
basically, the article says that Uncharted lost their fifth director.
Fifth director,
Their
you
fifth
guys.
director.
Can you think of any film development that's been this troubled? I don't know if you guys have been
I'm not
following
too
this.
informed
Yes.
on movie
But
stuff,
seriously,
but that's crazy.
Avatar 2.
Oh, good point.
Yeah.
That's actually a good call, man.
Thanks, man.
I don't know if that's been issues or troubled, or if, like, what's his name, James Cameron. He's
Yeah.
kind of been claiming the whole time that he's waiting for technology and stuff to fall into place.
The movie came.
to make
The
things that
first
he
movie
wants to
came
make.
out in 2008.
Yeah, what the heck?
That movie
Here we
was
are,
so
12
amazing,
years
though.
later almost.
Yeah.
That's
So,
crazy.
that
All right,
is
well, good
amazing.
point. But yeah, this game or this movie based on this game, it really feels to me like it's never going to come together at this point. And I say that every time because every time one of the key players steps away from it, all the news media or the games media companies will write up articles about it. So it's
Then
pretty.
you think that it's still relevant.
It's pretty in your face every time something like this happens. And it's not just directors coming and going, it's actors coming and going too. I pulled this article up from 2010 from Kotaku. So this movie's going on 10 years of development now. And it was talking about some of the first casting news for the Uncharted movie. And they said back then that Mark Wahlberg was rumored to be attached to the project to play Nathan Drake. Robert De Niro was attached to the project. I think he was going to play Sullivan. And then also Joe Pesci was rumored to be a part of the project as well back then. Those actors have all long since left the project, or maybe they were never officially involved. But there's just been story after story after story about people coming and going from this movie for 10 years now. So I'm not very optimistic.
I wonder what the base issue is, though.
I don't know. Yeah, I don't know if it's like people can't agree on story, script, budget. Who knows, man? It is being developed at this point by Sony Pictures, who is it's a recently formed studio that's going to be making a lot of Sony game property themed movies. And some interesting points are Tom Holland is attached to it. I don't know if you guys saw that news not too long ago. You know who that is, right?
Yeah, I do.
Spider-Man.
Yep.
Yeah, so he's attached to the project, and he's been said to be in the running for the role of Nathan Drake. And
Tom Holland?
Tom Holland.
I think he'd be.
He's young.
I think he'd be a great.
He's
fit.
real young, but if you're going to tell kind of like
An origin
the
story?
beginning of Drake's stories, and then maybe like follow him as he gets a little older and starts doing different
He's
things.
a perfect fit.
It's a good fit. You'd
I
have to
feel like
start with
there's-
kind of a young, low stakes story though, if you're going to cast a really young actor.
I feel
think.
like they have people out there who look just like Nathan Drake. So why aren't they utilizing?
You're talking
them?
about Nathan Fillion, aren't you?
Yeah.
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 Everybody's been clamoring for that for a long time. In fact, a couple of years ago, there was a fan film made, and it was actually filmed and produced, and it was starring Nathan Fillion as Nathan Drake.
Oh, really?
It was really well done. You guys should look that up. You can probably
Yeah,
find it on YouTube.
absolutely.
Do you want to know what's funny? Is that like, sorry, I don't mean to derail.
No,
real
it's fine,
fast, But
it's
like
fine.
when it comes to like movies, video games, or even TV show like adaptation, like fan made stuff,
Mm-hmm.
always amazing. Almost a good 95% of fan made, like high production fan made stuff.
Yeah.
Is always amazing. And then the studios give it crap. They come out with their own garbage and it bombs.
Right.
I just think that's really funny.
Yeah.
So
I know. I want to see this come together because
Mm-hmm.
I'm a huge Uncharted fan. At the same time, I worry that you can't possibly do those games justice in film form, but they are so cinematic,
yeah,
and they kind
it
of
would be very easy too.
you could sit there and watch somebody play Uncharted and have a ton of fun because you're getting the
Absolutely.
cinematic story experience with the great
100%,
characters.
yeah.
I've never watched anyone play Uncharted.
That's fine. Have you played them?
No,
Wait, really?
Mm-hmm.
You've never played Uncharted?
never.
You should.
You should. They're fantastic.
Yeah.
All
Nah.
4 of them are
I don't
very,
want to
very
dust
good.
off my
Well,
old
because
PS3.
there's that side story now. Right,
What's
right,
that?
The female character. Or am I
Yeah,
thinking
you
of something
can't
else?
say things like that. Side story? Female
Yeah,
character?
Lost Legacy. I
Yeah,
don't think that
yeah.
went over too well. I don't think it sold too well. So I don't know that you're going to see them come back with more Uncharted without Nathan Drake in the
Yeah.
future.
I feel like
Could be
Nathan
wrong.
Drake is what sold that game series.
Yeah. Well, and
honestly.
spoilers. Can I spoil
Nope.
Uncharted 4?
Absolutely not.
It's been a couple of
You
years.
cannot.
Okay,
No.
I'll
I'll
tiptoe.
I just told you that I've never played the game before.
I know
That-
you don't
it-
sound like you're that
It's
interested. though.
it's such an amazing series that's gonna live on for like the next like 2 decades. Like,
Okay.
40 years
you
at
can-
This
least.
is. I'll be very tiptoey. At the end of that game, they kind of set up a new direction for the series with new characters, and they never really did anything with that either. So that's a way they could go to.
Well, PS5 is.
What's so funny? Did you play 4?
No, I started thinking about nipple tech again.
Wonderful, wonderful. That's
go
going to
ahead,
be a
go ahead.
recurring thing, isn't it?
Go ahead. Go.
No, that's all I got. So yeah, I hope this comes together. I hope someday we get to see the Uncharted movie, but how much time has to pass?
Yeah, I think Tom Holland's
What
perfect
if
for it.
What if it's 10 years after the last Uncharted game came out? Nobody cares about the games anymore. Then do you still make?
It's
the
already
movie?
gotten way too long at this point.
Kind of. Yeah, we'll see.
Yeah.
The other funny thing is Tom Holland. Just recently, there was all this drama about Spider-Man leaving the MCU.
Yeah,
and Sony is largely a player in that saga.
Largely.
We couldn't say for sure they're at fault.
They
but-
are.
Okay, I kind of feel that way too. I don't know for sure though.
Yeah.
But anyway, so you got Sony, you got Tom Holland, you got the troubled history of the Uncharted movie, you got the whole MCU thing. It's a lot of
Tom Holland's got a lot on his plate.
kind of. Yeah, it's good for him
You
as
wanna-
a young actor.
You want to know what really sucks
What?
about the whole like Spider-Man leaving the MCU thing?
What?
They set up such a massive cliffhanger for the last movie.
Yeah,
then
Far-
it's not
Far From Home?
Yeah, it's not even gonna come out
I
now.
haven't seen it yet. Okay.
Massive.
Can Tom Holland continue to be in Sony-developed Spider-Man films
Yeah,
going forward?
he's contract for 3 more.
Okay, so what's the problem?
He-
It'll just be that Disney won't be making it, and it won't
So-
be part of the MCU.
So you're going to basically remove such a massive part of the movie, which is Tony Stark,
yeah,
from them. You're just
But
going
you
to pick it
ha-
out and just act like it never happened.
You're removing all like names,
Everything.
likenesses,
everything.
everything.
so silly.
All, like everything.
somebody's got to just say
Can't
we need.
mention Tony Stark.
Somebody's
can't
just got to
mention-
say we need to do what's best for the fans, because
They don't care about fans.
Sony.
They care about money.
If you look at the past 10 years, 15 years, do you really think Sony is making a lot of money on
No.
Spider-Man?
That's why they're holding this so dear, is because they need to
Let
this
it go,
to
you
survive.
guys. Give it to Marvel.
Disney,
Give it to somebody that
Disney
will
will
do it
just
justice.
buy out Sony here soon. It's fine.
I don't know, man. Sony's a pretty big company. I don't know if they
Are
want to
they?
invest in Sony. And Disney deals in IP. Sony is a technology company. It's not a match. It's not a good fit. All they would get out of it is Sony's
They would just-
PlayStation IP.
I mean, they can
basically.
just buy Sony Studios. They don't need to buy
So you guys-
the brand
Yeah,
of
we'll
Sony.
I don't know.
You guys basically read up on the contract, right?
What?
Yeah.
And how it worked out.
Yeah.
So basically, the previous deal, I forget which way it goes, but it was
Sony would pay 90% of all the like production costs,
Yeah, exactly,
and then
yeah.
they would get 90% of the profit from the movie, and Disney would only get 10.
That was the previous contract?
That was the previous contract. That was something that was a
Yeah.
contract that was made back in like the 90s.
Isn't that a sweet deal for Sony?
It is, but
So why
Disney,
would they back out?
Disney
It's-
wanted to change it.
they want to do 50-50, which
wanted
was
to
the
do-
original deal.
Yeah, they wanted to do 50-50. And
Now
then they were like,
that Spider-Man movies are becoming
Yeah.
lucrative and
Yeah.
popular
They
again.
want, they want a bigger
well,
cut.
they wanted
And that's fair.
they
I
wanted
guess,
to
yeah.
buy Spider-Man back, but Sony was like, nope.
Don't you? Okay, so Marvel owns all these other. We're so far off topic. That's okay.
That's fine,
Marvel
fine.
owns all these other amazing IP.
Yeah.
Disney, by extension, owns
Yeah.
all these other amazing IP. Don't you think they could afford to go 90 or 10% on Spider-Man just to keep the fans happy?
Maybe,
But
but that's
it's just
besides
not
the
their
point.
style.
That's not how
Disney's a
business
pretty
runs,
shrewd
Yeah.
company. Yeah,
Bus-
I get it.
Marvel wants to buy back Spider-Man, but Sony won't let it happen because they
Right.
sold the rights to Spider-Man in like '98, I think it was.
Wasn't it with the start of the?
The reason they did it is because Marvel was
First
struggling
film
at the
trilogy?
time. Because you got to remember that Marvel wasn't making powerhouse movies like Iron Man and Avengers.
there was
and
a
stuff.
couple in the 90s, like the X-Men movies and the Spider-Man trilogy.
The Spider-Man that
That
had
was-
nothing to do with Marvel though.
Well, I mean, it was Marvel.
It was a Marvel property, but they
Yeah.
didn't own it, so they weren't making money off of it.
They
Sony
made
was.
something. There was a Marvel logo at the beginning of that
Yeah,
film.
they made like piddle nothing
yeah, okay.
compared to what Sony made.
Yeah, I don't know
on
what they
on
worked
the
out
Tobey
with Sony
Maguire
back
movies.
then. Yeah.
But X-Men was also owned by Sony.
No, X-Men was owned by Fox
Oh yeah, you're right.
back
sorry.
then. But again, not Marvel.
Yeah, so Marvel still wasn't making a ton of money off that either.
Yeah, Marvel operated in a strange way back then.
Yep.
Funny enough,
were-
Disney just reacquired Fox, so they do own X-Men again.
Yeah.
So we might see X-Men jump back into the limelight. But this saga with Spider-Man is going to be weird to watch play out.
I'm really mad.
It's unfortunate
and the fact that
for anyone who cares about these characters.
the fact that I mean, I get it, it's a business, but
Yeah.
from the standpoint of a fan, it
Yeah.
really makes me mad
Yep.
because it's like, why wouldn't you do something for the fan? Like, we're the people who are going to see your stupid movie.
Stupid is right.
Yeah.
Sick of this junk.
I'm joking. I really like Spider-Man.
I just watched Endgame for the first time last week.
How was
It's pretty good. Yeah. Yeah. Not bad. Not bad. I'll keep watching them.
Oh.
What was that for?
it? Keep watching them.
I'll
There's
keep watching
no-
these here Marvel
Phase
movies.
4s?
They're fun. Actually, not much in Phase 4 interests me. How about you guys?
It's mostly all Disney Plus stuff,
Yeah.
so it'll go by
I-
pretty fast.
They
Zero
announced
interest.
10 new films.
That's true, but a lot of them are
I'll
like
watch
Disney Plus stuff.
I'll watch the new Doctor Strange.
Yeah.
I like Doctor Strange a lot.
So
Games?
this MCU Sony divide,
Yes.
does that have any effect on the Spider-Man video games going forward? Because all the heroes that are tied in, like Rhino and
But those are
Green
all
Goblin, all those
Spider-Man stuff.
are they?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Well,
I didn't know if they're connected to a certain universe or not
Nope.
because I'm not too informed on the whole hero thing.
Every Spider-Man villain that's been in every Spider-Man movie has been a Spider-Man villain.
Yeah.
So like Rhino, Electro, the Scorpion, Falcon, Green Goblin, all those guys are Spider-Man villains, so they can use every single one of them. Oh, Mysterio, yeah.
They just
Mysterio.
can't use Spider-Man himself.
No. I'm talking about Spider-Man being Spider-Man being the property. They
Yeah.
can use any villain from that genre.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Also, Sony's rights only extended to film.
Mm-hmm.
The Spider-Man exclusivity that they owned was only for movies.
Yeah, only for movies.
Yeah.
Because no one thought that they could make a good video game.
Yep.
But lo and behold.
Oh, we also
here comes
mentioned-
this little indie company called Insomniac.
Yep.
Yeah.
We also mentioned last week Sony now owns Insomniac. They picked up Insomniac. Or maybe we didn't talk about it. It was on the dock.
Yeah, we didn't talk about it.
Sony acquired Insomniac Games, which Insomniac had been making mostly Sony exclusive games for a long time anyway. But it's a good pickup for them. Makes a lot of sense. And Sony hasn't been buying up studios lately much, so they kind of need to up their first party offering.
They're coming out with a new system here soon. They better have something good on it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that maybe they'll get them working on a new Spider-Man game or another superhero game or something like that because they did really good with
Man,
that.
I have a feeling with the new console coming out soon, I'm going to end up buying a lot of these games twice.
What do you mean?
Because I think Cyberpunk probably is it's probably going to be on the PS4.
Yeah, but that's not going to be.
Well,
Is there a
launch for
release
the
date?
PS5.
That'll-
Cyberpunk?
Yeah, because that'll probably come out when PS5 comes out.
Yeah,
I'm guessing.
Cyberpunk. But Death Stranding's coming out soon.
Right.
Call of Duty.
Although-
and then I'm getting the PS5, so I'm like, man, I'm gonna double purchase these things.
Some of these games are games you could probably play through once and be good. I
Yeah,
think.
we'll see.
Like Death Stranding. Could
Yeah.
be wrong. I don't know. Like I don't feel like I need to go back and replay all the Metal Gear games,
True.
even though they're
That's true.
great. They may be
I know
one-time
you keep
experiences.
keep hyping it up.
It's so good, dude.
I'm ready.
I don't know about
I'm
Death
ready
Stranding, but
for
I
it.
sure like Kojima. I sure
Yeah,
like Metal
yeah.
Gear.
He doesn't make bombs very often.
No, it's true.
Yeah.
Yeah,
He's
everything
pretty
he
good at
touches
making
is pretty
games.
well revered. So since we've kind of just been going in order, let's just keep going in order on the doc. Is that cool?
The
Even though
Poods?
there is no order.
The Poods?
I want to talk about Pewds.
The Poods.
Pewdiepie.
Yeah, that's my boy.
Yeah,
I went to
he's-
high school with
He's
him.
had a lot going on. We talked last
Hey.
week about what
I went to high school with him.
you went to school in. Where is it? Gothenburg, Sweden?
Yeah.
I didn't know that about you.
Yeah, of course.
Wow, you're an exchange student, huh?
Yeah, no, I'm just a regular student.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Not just a regular student.
Yeah, but me and my boy Pewds, we go way.
Now I know. Shut it. Let's talk about this. So last week we talked about him getting married,
Yeah.
and that's real exciting for him to his
Yeah.
longtime gal Marzia.
Matsuya.
And
yeah.
this week he became the first individual creator to hit 100 million subscribers on
we
YouTube.
all knew it was coming.
Yeah. The funny thing is, just 1 year ago, last August, he was sitting at 65 million.
Oh, 65, yeah.
65 million. So this took him about roughly 10 years to go from a new YouTube channel to 100 million subscribers.
Mm-hmm.
But in the last year, he made up a third of that.
Yeah,
Which
'cause
is
of
kind
the
of crazy.
T-Series thing.
Do you think it's really just because of that?
100%.
Had all these grassroots campaigners out there,
Yeah.
people throwing up posters all over
Yeah,
the
like
country. and
Mr. Beast was promoting
Mr.
it.
Beast was making video after video promoting it. He was at
Yeah.
the Super Bowl promoting it, putting up billboards.
Mhm.
It's true. But I mean, I figured like everybody who would want to subscribe to PewDiePie already knew about PewDiePie.
Yeah.
So I didn't think these crazy antics like Mr. Beast antics would actually make that big of a difference. But clearly they did.
Yeah.
Do you think people are like making multiple accounts and stuff and resubbing
No,
to get
because-
those numbers up?
Because YouTube algorithm knows when that kind of stuff happens.
It tries
so
to prevent that.
Yeah, it tries to prevent that kind of stuff.
Got
So
it.
I
Got
think
it.
this is just like, I mean, for the most part, I'm sure some got through, but for the most part, it's pretty unique. 100 million people.
Yeah.
I remember back in the day, back when I
When?
subbed to
What are you talking
PewDiePie.
about? Yeah, do you?
Yeah,
Yeah.
back
This was a while back for
back
me,
in the
too.
Happy Wheel days. Yeah.
Oh, I love Happy Wheels.
Yeah, dude.
that was half of his career. He was playing that for a long time.
Yeah,
which is good.
He
It's a good streaming game.
he picked it back up not that long ago. Too.
Yeah.
Played it a couple bit, and he's playing Minecraft now.
Yeah.
He's doing video game stuff
So
again.
yeah, in the last week he got married. Good for him.
Yeah.
He reached 100 million subscribers,
Yeah.
which is awesome. And he killed the Ender Dragon in Minecraft.
Wow.
Sounds like no big deal, right? What's significant about that is he spent the past 3 to 4 years of his YouTube channel not playing video games at all.
Yeah.
And honestly, I kind of fell out of interest in watching his videos because I watched him for video games for the first 3-4 years that he was doing his thing. So it's really cool that he's getting back to games, and he went deep in Minecraft. Like over the last, I don't know, month, 2 months, he's made dozens and dozens and dozens of Minecraft videos.
Yeah.
And I learned a lot watching these videos about Minecraft that I never knew. It's a much deeper game than I realized it was.
That's why there's such a big resurgence of Minecraft right now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I bet Microsoft's happy about that.
Oh, absolutely,
Thanks for all the
dude.
free publicity, PewDiePie. We
Exactly.
appreciate it.
I'm pretty sure there was a really big update that just came out too for Minecraft. I don't know exactly what it was, but
Yeah, there was some Windows graphical update that just came out.
Well, they're talking about it coming out, but then it ended up getting canceled
okay.
by the development team. I don't know what the issue was, but they are working on some stuff.
Oh, you're
for the
talking
game.
about the super duper graphics pack?
Yeah.
We talked about that, and it did get canceled, but this was something different. Like Windows was adding RTX rendering support. I think that's what it's
Ray
called.
tracing.
So yeah, okay, right. To Minecraft, and it innately added a bunch of those lighting and texture and features that they were going to add with that graphics pack. So I think that aspect is still coming. So yeah, he's been out there doing interviews and stuff, and I read through one, and at the end they kind of asked him, so after hitting this milestone, do you have any plans to
What's
like
next?
slow down or back down or do anything different?
nah.
And here's what he had to say. I still really enjoy YouTube, and I have no plans of quitting. I do think it would be good for me to take a break at some point. It'd be nice to not have YouTube on my brain for the first time in 10 years.
I really hope he does it during his honeymoon.
Yeah?
Yeah.
He's got to already be on honeymoon, you would
Yeah.
think.
I
right
mean, they
now,
go
right?
on vacation a lot. They've
It's
been
true.
to Japan
All over the world.
a ton, yeah.
Yeah.
Greece.
I think they live in
Japan.
London,
Yes.
if I'm not mistaken. But yeah, they seem to travel. He does travel logs and stuff like that.
Here's the one thing I'll say about PewDiePie. It's probably one of my favorite aspects of him is he is what you see is what you get.
Yep.
So I've actually met him. He was a super nice guy, like very, very, granted this was like 3 years ago, so I don't know if anything's changed. I highly doubt it. But he's not one of those YouTubers who like flaunts the expensive car that he owns or like the big mansion. Like he doesn't, he literally lives in a small little like condo building.
You kind of get that vibe from watching his videos that he does.
You get
at
that
home.
vibe, and from what I've seen too,
Yep.
he doesn't talk about like his financial stuff.
And he's clearly got all the money he could ever need.
He's got a lot of money,
Yeah.
a lot of it.
Yeah.
But
And he uses it for things like travel, which is awesome.
Travel. He does a lot of charity stuff.
Right.
Like that's the thing is that when you think of PewDiePie, you just think of him playing video games. You don't think of all this fancy stuff that he could have,
Right.
Because he doesn't talk about it.
Yeah.
And I think that's something he's done for as long as I can remember.
Well,
And
I mean-
I respect that a lot.
Case in case, again, we have young people coming up in the YouTube community that end up going viral, making a lot of money, and they end up developing and carrying in like a negative persona into the spotlight, and that's where some
Jake Paul.
YouTubers really get like a really bad rep.
Yeah.
Yep.
So, but when you do think of PewDiePie, you are right. Like,
You don't think of all the fancy stuff he has. You think of, hey, it's that guy who screams at barrels.
Right. The funny thing is,
goofy, good guy.
Over the years, he's done things that have gotten him into hot water. He's
Yeah.
made stupid comments.
Yeah.
He's made stupid videos that offend
But that's
people.
what's going to happen when you have the spotlight on you.
For
Something's
10
going to
years,
come up,
you know.
right? And he almost always will acknowledge, like, yeah, I was just being stupid and I said something stupid.
Or I made a mistake.
And I
But-
messed up.
He never changes the type of content he makes. He never changes his sense of humor.
Nah.
He's been the same guy as far as I can tell. And I've been watching his videos for close to the 10 years he's been doing it. And he never changes his personality, which I
Nah.
appreciate. A lot of content creators kind of cater to their audience over time and will change the way that they approach certain topics and stuff over time. But he just makes the kinds of videos he wants at any given time. Case in point, he was not playing video games for the past 4 or 5 years. He just makes what he wants when he wants. And people obviously like it because they keep showing up.
Yeah.
I honestly didn't think he'd be relevant this long. I didn't think he could stay on top for this long. I didn't think anybody could. 10 years straight as the biggest YouTuber on the planet.
Yeah.
That's insane.
Yeah.
Because people have such a short attention span these days, you
Yeah,
know?
that's true.
Yeah.
Fans of
Right.
anything. So it's impressive. Good for him.
Yeah.
I'm happy for him.
We love you, Pewds.
Pewds.
Come be on the show.
I just need a bro fist. He doesn't do that anymore. He
Dude.
used to end all his videos
Oh.
with the bro fist.
I have a picture of me bro fisting.
Do you?
Yeah.
Man.
Dude.
Is there a reason why he
It's
stopped?
epic. He just, like I said, he just does whatever he feels like when he feels like it.
Yeah, that's just kind of how PewDiePie is. He doesn't cater. He's just like.
Sometimes he's got a massive beard. Sometimes his hair is dyed.
I'm so glad he got rid of the beard, dude. It
was getting straggly.
I hated the beard so much.
Yeah.
That's when he was going through like his
after the drama.
After the whole drama, he just didn't care anymore.
He was associated with Disney briefly, and then they dropped him and all kinds of drama.
Sad.
But none of it really hurted him in the long run, it seems like. That's cool.
It was funny because every news outlet picked up the fact that him and Matsuya got married.
Yep.
And they made such a big deal about it, and then right at the end of the article, they talked about all the controversy stuff that he did. It's of course you guys did, because you couldn't just not, right?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah. Anyway, let's move on.
Okay, I want to be sure and get this in. Do you have something you want to talk about, Zach?
Absolutely.
You
not.
look like you did on your face.
No, I'm ready.
We have a lot on this doc, so I want to jump to something to make sure we get to it. It's probably not going to interest you guys that much, and I'm sorry, but it's really cool. So I want to talk about it. It's Shovel Knight.
Okay.
There was a live stream yesterday, I believe Thursday. Just a bunch of Shovel Knight news from Yacht Club Games, the company that developed that game.
Yes.
It was kind of like a direct almost in that format. It was just a pre-recorded video that they streamed, and it had a bunch of news on it. And then they also had a live stream portion of it at the end where they played some of the new games they announced. But there was some cool announcements out of this, and I think it's worth touching on. You know that Amiibo 3-pack, Scott?
Yeah, the one that's
characters?
been in develop for almost a year now.
I pre-ordered that a year and a half
too.
ago, I think.
Yeah.
I ended up canceling it. Do you still have your pre-order standing? Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So you're finally going to get it December. So they say. It's finally coming out in December.
I'm so excited not to open it.
I know, right?
That's it's my favorite thing about Amiibos. I'm like, dude, I'm so excited to not open this.
You're crazy. They're still coming out. There's so few and far between these days that whenever one hits, I'm like, oh yeah, Amiibo.
Well,
I forgot all about it.
The Smash ones are still going to be coming out.
Right, that's true. There's a Link's Awakening one too that's coming soon.
Have it pre-ordered.
And then alongside that in December, the King of Cards campaign is finally coming out, which is the third piece of DLC content for the Shovel Knight Treasure Trove.
Yeah.
These are full games.
Yeah.
When these games hit, it's a new campaign with a new character, and it's a brand new full experience. And they said this is their biggest one yet. Mm-hmm. So I'm really looking forward to that.
King's Knight.
It's called... King Knight is the character. Yeah. The campaign is called King of Cards.
Which the name is kind of... it's almost like a backtrack. Because when you think of a king, you think of his knights. Yeah. But the king is the knight.
Oh, yeah. There's a little irony there. I didn't pick up on that. That's fun. There's a card game in here, too, which looks kind of fun, actually. It's called Joustus, and that's another whole separate part of the new game, the new campaign.
Oh, I thought it was like a physical thing.
No, it's not. It's part of the game.
At PAX, $5 says at PAX they'll have pre-orders for a couple that they'll make a physical version of it.
That'd be cool. They should. That'd be fun. We already knew about this, but there's also a game called Shovel Knight Showdown coming out in December as well. It's part of this final update, and it's basically like a brawler. It's like a Smash Bros. Style brawl game where you can pick from, I think, any of the knights, and then you just battle in small arenas, which would be kind of fun. You need friends for that one, though. I don't know if I'm going to be able to pull that off. I don't know if they'll do online. Wouldn't it be hilarious if there was an online component to this and it worked?
It won't.
If it works.
Because look at Smash Bros. Online.
That's true.
It'd be funny if they made it work.
Hey.
What?
Me and Zach could always come over and play with you.
I didn't think about that.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
If it's fun, we'll do that. Or I could just bring my Switch here.
Yeah, that's
I'm always looking for a way out.
Anything.
Look, any kind of
invite anybody over.
Any kind of human contact is good for me.
Okay. Yeah. I didn't think that's where you were going.
Yeah.
Okay.
Human interaction, if you will.
Scotty, we got you.
Hey.
Don't worry.
Thanks, man.
Yeah.
This is the only time you got me though. Like every other day.
Yeah, only time. Yeah, I never see you ever.
This was the highlight of the stream. They dropped a pretty big announcement, which I'm really excited about. A brand new game that they're developing. They've been working on it for a year already. They're partnered with another studio. It's called Shovel Knight Dig. And the premise is Drill Knight, who's a new knight. There's a couple new knights in this game. He blasts Shovel Knight's famous little campsite that he goes to between games and drills down into the ground. And then Shovel Knight jumps in and chases after him. That's basically the setup of the game. Here's what's cool. It's a digging game. So he's going downward throughout these levels, and they are procedurally generated. They basically created a bunch of different scenarios, tile sets, whatever you want to call them, and then stitched them together. So every time you play it, they're stitched together differently. So the game's different each time. And you're digging down through tiles to get down through into the lower depths. And there's also bosses. Drill Knight's one of them, but there's other new knights. I think Spore Knight was another one that was announced along with this. Okay. And it's different every time you play. And obviously, there's connections here with other games. The one that first jumps to mind is SteamWorld Dig. It looks and acts like it has a lot in common with SteamWorld Dig, a game that I bug you guys about playing all the time because it's just so fantastic. But the funny...
Want to know what I haven't played yet?
Have you played SteamWorld Dig?
I haven't.
Scott?
Nope.
Whatever, man.
I have it uninstalled on my computer,
Whatever,
just
man.
sitting there.
So there was
so I can look at it.
This game's gonna be playable at PAX West, so I expect you to get hands-on with it.
Oh, that's me.
Check it out.
That's a thing I can do.
Get back to me. And then there was a fun little Twitter interaction between Yacht Club Games, the guys making this, and it's the wrong link. And Image and Form Games, the guys that make the SteamWorld games.
Yeah.
And I'm going to try to pull it up, but you guys look for something else to talk about really quick because I put the wrong link in here. But it's a fun little Twitter interaction, and I want to find it and tell you guys about it. That was the last bit on this, though. So if you guys want to move on to something else and start going, I'll find it.
Scott, are you pretty excited for PAX, dude?
Dude, I don't care what Brittin says. I
Whatever,
love
man.
PAX so much.
I mean, I'm not going this year at all.
Which
Like,
is
I've only,
which is your problem.
I've only got Mondays, and
Yeah.
I'm not really like bagging on it at all.
Yeah.
But
Monday passes are still available.
I feel the hype.
Uh-huh.
I feel the hype for PAX
Yeah.
this year more than ever.
Yeah.
I feel like it's gonna be really good.
Yeah.
So
You should come with me on Monday.
Hey, buy it.
Did you say you're going one day, Zach?
I'm not going one day.
Oh,
No.
you're not.
I haven't
Okay.
bought a ticket.
Yeah.
Got it. I think they're still available.
Monday is.
Monday's still
I could probably
available.
get Monday.
Get Monday. It's not like you're working anyway.
Sure. that's
I'm really
Is there anything
excited.
specific that you found out that you're looking forward to, or you're just gonna go and experience it?
I just love going to PAX.
You know what I'm really
There's
curious
no
about?
specific one.
Every year that I've been, VR has been a huge mainstay on the floor.
Yeah, because
I-
you went kind of at the peak of VR.
Yeah.
Now it's probably gonna take more of a backseat because they don't really talk about VR too much right now.
Yeah.
So
So I'm really curious.
yeah, so I think it's gonna be a good year. It's weird that Microsoft isn't there, so that's gonna be a little awkward, like seeing that for the first time. But I'm really excited. I think it's funny that Microsoft isn't there, but Mixer is. It's just like, oh, okay, interesting.
So Microsoft as an Xbox
Yes,
isn't going to be there.
yes, they're not gonna be there. Only Sony.
Yeah, we talked about that
Sony
on one
and
of our
Nintendo.
duo episodes.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
crazy.
Yeah.
There's
Yeah.
some big players that are just not there this year.
Yeah, but no, I'm really excited. I don't know. I always love going. I'm really excited this year specifically because I love going to panels.
Can you guys hear that? Sorry.
Sorry, I got distracted by your nippleless chest.
I have to take my jacket off. It's getting warm in here.
They expose his nipple tech.
Yeah, it had to be
my man. Yo, hit him with that nipple tech.
on it.
No, I normally when I go to PAX, I always have like a million panels I want to go to. This year, there's a couple panels I want to go to, not as many as normal, but that's okay because I feel like it gives me more time on the showroom floor. So play more games. Like I want to go kind of spend more time in the indie section and play indie games more.
Well, I mean,
Yeah.
I feel like the show floor is going to be a lot different this year. So I think if you're going to experience it, this is the year to do it.
Yeah,
Because
I'll go
it
check
is-
out Yacht
because
Club
it's so
Games
drastic.
because they're always there too. So.
Hey, speaking of Yacht Club Games.
Yeah, do you like it?
You're good, dude.
Yeah, that's what I'm here for.
So when they announced, I'm back to Shovel Knight for a second.
Yeah.
When they announced Shovel Knight Dig, here was their tweet. They said, "We're very proud to announce Shovel Knight Dig, a whole new Shovel Knight adventure, and a joint development project between Nitrom and Yacht Club Games." And then Image and 4 responded on Twitter with this: "You know you're doing something right when fantastic studios copy not only your games but also their names. Here's hoping Shovel Knight Dig is as deep as SteamWorld Dig." Almost calling them out a little bit, but
Yeah.
in a very friendly way.
Yeah.
And then they immediately followed that with, "Not gonna lie, a Rusty and Dorothy cameo would be pretty sick." So they're completely cool with the studio using anything that they want from their ideas or their characters.
More
it sounds
studios
like.
need to be like that,
They're-
dude.
yeah, they're just
honestly,
fine with it.
There's like probably one of my favorite things about video games are Easter eggs, and when I
Uh-huh.
find an Easter egg that like reference to another game,
Yeah.
it makes me want to go find out what that reference is about and
That's
play that
fun.
game.
It's good cross promotion, if nothing
It's
else.
great, yeah, and it's free.
There's no
It's
downside.
Free advertisement.
Some people are just some developers are so uptight about their IP they can't stand the idea of anyone else.
I know,
using
I
it.
hate it. We're looking at you, Nintendo.
Yeah, granted these are both indie developers, but still, it's cool to see that kind of interplay.
Would I consider Yacht Club's games as still an
They've
indie?
made one game, dude,
I would
and
not.
they have a very small team. They're 100% indie.
Yeah, I
100%.
wouldn't consider them. No.
How do you
No.
define indie, man?
Because you literally said yourself the DLC is brand new games. So that means they've made more than one.
Yeah, but
game.
they're I don't know how
One
big their
IP.
team is, but it's in the double digits.
That's fine.
It's not even in the triple digits.
That's okay.
Could no, it's not in the single digits. It's
I mean, they also
bigger
have
than that,
one
but
of the best music creators of all time, but no big deal.
their visuals, their music, it's all top notch.
Yeah.
Those games are awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Where do you guys want to go next? You want to talk about?
Speaking
I'll
of
give you some
music.
options. You guys want to talk about Fortnite or Ninja?
No, I don't want.
No, his answer was no.
Neither of those really.
It's big news. At least the Ninja thing. Fortnite thing's a little.
The
less
Ninja
so.
thing is not big news.
You don't think so?
No.
Okay.
It's stupid.
All right. Well,
Well, I mean, you have a natural dislike.
we
for
could
Ninja.
talk about. I'll give you some more options.
You know what
He
I want to
didn't
talk
like
about?
those.
I want
Yeah.
to talk about Telltale.
Okay, cool. That was my next option I was going to bring up.
Because I think that's pretty big. 'Cause
This is pretty
we've
big.
talked about that development over like a couple episodes.
Uh-huh.
And then kind of like
The sad, troubled end of the
sad,
studio.
troubled end. Yeah.
That was what, last November, December?
Yeah.
Okay.
Jump
in.
It says a group of industry veterans formed a holding company called LCG Entertainment, and they purchased all the defunct assets of Telltale Games. So their IPs, their name, all the games they produce.
Not all the games, and
Not
I'll
all
get
the
into
games.
that in a second. But yeah, a chunk of the IP that Telltale owned.
They intend to re-release some of the past titles and develop some new games under their IPs that they purchased, which is pretty cool.
Yep. It's neat to see them kind of coming back and under new management, because I think a lot of what happened with the sad end of them last time around was mismanagement. They took on way too much work. They were working on way too many properties at one time, and they just set unrealistic goals for themselves. Like they would announce release dates for stuff episodically, because they would do like an episode every month or every 2 months, and they had to hit those numbers, and they had like multiple series running concurrently.
Yeah.
It was just too much pressure on
They
themselves.
stretched themselves too thin.
But back when they just made a few titles and they were very well crafted and they were popular IP, they did way better, and that was the glory days. That's when The Walking Dead took off in a huge way, and that's what really put them on the map. Ironically, I read a little deeper on this, and after I added this to the doc, IGN wrote up an article about them reaching out specifically to these investors and getting a few more answers about what was going on here. And some of the biggest IP that we know Telltale for at this point is not a part of this deal, unfortunately. That includes The Walking Dead, which is like the biggest one on the list. So they don't have rights to The Walking Dead. I think they can still re-release any of the existing content, but they can't create any new content going forward in that IP. Also, Marvel. They can't do anything Marvel, which they've done a couple things with, and they can't do Minecraft. But I think everything else, including like Batman and The Wolf Among Us, is a part of this IP acquisition. So you may see them develop new stuff in those IP going forward. But it remains to be seen. This really could just be a group of investors wanting to capitalize on the brand name, and they may not make new games going forward. They have the option to, but it doesn't sound like a group of developers. It sounds like a group of investors. And where they have brought on some of the old talent from the old studio, it sounds like that was not artist talent. It was not development talent. It was really just like the people putting the product together and packaging it. So I don't think they have like artists from the previous Telltale staff on the new staff.
That's unfortunate to hear.
Yeah. So it was kind of bittersweet after digging a little deeper, but it's still cool. We're going to see the name Telltale come back. This company is going to operate under the name Telltale Games. It'll give them the option to release a lot of that old content on new consoles. Like, for instance, when the next gen hits, we probably never would have seen a release of all these old Telltale games on it before. But now, because this new company is operating as Telltale Games and has all those IP, they could put them out on the next Xbox, the next PlayStation, on Switch too, because there's not much of this content on Switch available. So
I mean, it's not really a great feeling thinking that it's like a completely different brand and style that's like company that's gonna be going forward.
Yeah,
but I think this is probably better than not having the company
for
at all.
For sure.
So, and
they could surprise us and be exactly what Telltale needed, because there's a reason they went out of business. Bad management, bad funds management, and if a company sees that IP and handles it in a much more streamlined way, maybe they will make some cool new stuff. I don't know. I'm semi-optimistic about this.
Yeah,
and I was a big fan of a lot of Telltale
spin
stuff.
on it.
Yeah. So I hope we do see good stuff come out of it. Did you guys play any Telltale games?
I watched a lot of Telltale games.
Okay.
I played a little of The Walking Dead, and
This
I
is funny.
couldn't care less.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I wasn't really into it.
In one of the articles I read about this, they threw out a statistic. I don't know how accurate this is, but they said something like 150,000 people bought the new Batman series, the new Batman Telltale series, and 15 million people watched it streamed on YouTube. So part of the problem with their format is it's so easy to just watch and not play yourself, and you still almost get the full experience.
Yeah.
So I don't know if there's anything you can do about that.
No.
In the
Really
early days of The Walking Dead and the games that they made before The Walking Dead, there were like puzzle solving elements and like action sequences and stuff. There was stuff that broke up just the choose your own adventure storytelling stuff, which is basically what they became.
Yeah.
And made it an actual game, but they lost that at a point. Maybe you go back to that a little bit, add some more of the adventure game elements that it's been missing for a while now.
I mean, I remember, I don't know if it has changed a lot, but I remember a lot of like the old Walking Dead stuff is sometimes the endings would actually end up different. And so you would watch somebody play it and they would end up with a different ending. So you were kind of encouraged to kind of maybe play it yourself.
Yeah.
And kind of see where you landed.
Yeah.
But I don't know if that's the case.
Well,
nowadays.
if you've played or watched streamed any of these games more than once, you find that your decisions don't have nearly as much impact as you think they do. I think back to a moment in the first season of The Walking Dead where Lee, the main character, has gotten bit and you got to do something about his arm. And you, as that character, can make the decision to say, hey, guys, we got to do this. Take it off. Just chop my arm off. We got to do this. There's no other option. Or you can kind of fight it and resist. But no matter which you pick, his arm ends up getting taken off. So there's an illusion of choice when there's not actual choice there sometimes.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. Because it'd be hard to account for every variable over the course of 5 episodes when every single crossroads presents you with an A or B option. You know what I mean?
That's true.
That'd be hard.
That's true.
Yeah. Okay. So we'll keep our eye on Telltale. The saga is not over like we thought it was.
It's good.
I want to touch on this, even though I don't know how interested you guys are. In fact, I think you're not interested, but I'm gonna talk about it anyway. It looks like Overwatch is coming to Switch, and whether you're personally interested or not, it's big news.
Absolutely.
It's big news. The idea of playing this game that people love, people revere, people have so much fun with anywhere, anytime, there's merit to that. No matter where you play it currently.
I'm so
You know what I mean?
I'm so excited. So does this mean
What?
that if it comes to Switch, you'll give it a shot?
For sure. 100%.
Scott, this is our heyday.
Is
This is our
Overwatch-
moment.
I'm
where-
not playing it on Switch.
Is
no.
Overwatch free to play at this point?
No.
It's a video game that you have to pay for.
This is like,
It's like $20.
Zach, this is like you with every Switch game that comes out. Is this a discount title? Can I play it cheap?
$20.
Okay. I wonder what it'll cost on Switch. I have no idea.
$20.
You think so?
Yeah,
Yeah,
absolutely.
see, I'd play it. I'd definitely start to play
Absolutely.
it for that. But there's microtransactions, right?
You can buy loot boxes. That's it.
Do you have to?
No.
Okay, cool.
It's all just cosmetic.
I would totally check
it's
it out
cool.
then.
There, so the leveling system is scaling up until you hit 20. And
Uh-huh.
it's 20,000 experience. In every level, you get a loot box.
Okay.
So honestly, you never really need to buy a loot box ever to get.
It really
skin.
it doesn't take long to level up after that either.
So you really don't need to pump money into this game.
No.
Absolutely
Okay,
not.
that's
Nah.
good to know. I guess we should talk about where this rumor came from. So on Amazon, a listing randomly went up for a Overwatch-themed Switch case by the third-party accessory maker Power A. And in the description of the item, it said that this case is officially licensed by Nintendo and Blizzard. So it's almost like 100% that this is a thing and it's coming to Switch.
Absolutely.
And we've been talking about this for a long time. It'd be the first time I would consider jumping in and playing Overwatch.
That excites me so
So
much.
if for no
I
other
just wanna
reason,
talk to you
Zach
about
and
it.
Scott, I'll be able to talk to you about Overwatch. So be excited
Yeah,
about
at
it
least
for that.
we wouldn't be able to play with you, but yeah.
That's okay.
No, it's
That's
not
okay.
okay.
I mean,
It's not
to be
okay.
honest, I might.
What if I love it so much that then I decide to go get it on? No, you guys play on PC. Never mind.
Well,
I was going to say PS4.
I play on both.
Oh,
No,
yeah?
you're more than welcome to get on PlayStation.
Yeah.
I'll play with you.
But I mean,
I won't.
I could sit anywhere in my house on any couch in bed and play this game.
Well, so
That's what appeals
You could
to
be
me.
naked with your non-existent nipples out.
Cool story, bro.
Yeah.
My God.
Yeah.
I don't have the nipple tech for that. Thank you
Yeah.
very
Sorry,
much.
unfortunately.
So if it does end up coming out on Switch,
Yeah.
which we don't know yet,
Yeah.
and I do get it. I'm not looking forward to playing it competitively hardcore at all. It's just
Okay.
100% casual.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
doubt.
dude, it'll be so great. You don't have to talk to anyone on it either.
I'm not gonna talk to anybody. I'm not gonna try hard. I'm gonna do whatever I want.
Do you have? Oh yeah, that's a good point. Do you have to communicate in that
Yes.
game?
Yeah, you do.
I don't really want to play
At a
it then.
competitive level, yeah.
I'm not a fan of any game where you have to put a headset on and talk.
So
to
there's
people.
hotkeys. There's hotkeys for
Yeah.
the games. You can use those.
It's fine. You just use your phone.
Oh yeah, right. Oh man.
So
that whole
that is
rigmarole.
interesting too, right?
Yeah.
That is interesting. Or they have in-game voice.
They
chat.
only did that with Splatoon, and I don't know if they actually proposed that as like a long-term solution for voice chat. I don't know what Nintendo's thinking.
But have any
they just
other-
don't care about voice chat, and people want them to care, but they don't. So
But-
they throw in these little half-concocted solutions just to keep people happy.
So that's the thing. If they're gonna have competitive mode,
They would have to.
they would have to.
Yeah.
So
Well,
it'd be
maybe
interesting.
they would just put that on Blizzard and say, "Hey, you guys, it's important for your game. Pitch us a solution, and we'll talk about it." I don't know.
Give people voice chat.
Like
Nope.
like what? A Bluetooth headset? What are we talking about?
Like, yeah.
Okay. Okay.
Is
Yeah,
there
I don't
a
see why not.
headphone jack in
No.
the Pro controller?
No, it's not on the controller. It's on the Switch itself. So when you're playing portably, you could plug in headphones if you want.
Yeah.
But no, there's no jack on there.
You can listen to all your Smash Brothers music off your Switch.
Put it in your
Oh man.
in your handbag.
Do you remember that?
Carry it around.
Do you
with
remember that?
Yeah, that was hilarious.
That was really funny.
So yeah, I'm really excited for it.
Okay, cool. I'm glad you can at least see the merit, even if you probably won't pick it up
Yeah,
yourself.
I'll probably if I do get, I'll probably just play casually if
Yeah.
I'm like out and about somewhere.
The other bummer is there's probably no cross progression. So like if you've built up a bunch of stuff on the PS4 version, you wouldn't be able to use it here. You'd
But-
have to start from scratch. Would be a
but-
bummer.
And that's my case because I recently started playing on PC, so I can play with Scott and these guys.
Hi, I'm Scott. Hey, Scott.
And
Nice.
I've gathered basically like all the skins and stuff on PlayStation, and at this point,
All of them? All
a
of them?
lot of them, a good majority of them.
Yeah.
At this point, like going over to the PC, like it's all about just skill-based stuff and getting better.
Cool.
Yep.
Scott, are we in a hurry?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Quick question for you. Do I have a second?
I have trivia as well.
Do you think we're due for a Nintendo Direct? Because this is a big chunk of news.
There's no
And-
news. This is all speculation.
Uh,
This is not something.
unofficially licensed product.
But
by
you have to remember
Nintendo
that normal
and
normal
Blizzard.
people who don't follow video game news don't know about this.
Right, but I'm saying it seems like it's likely we're going to have this officially announced
Yeah,
sometime
sure.
soon.
We'll have it.
We're due for a Direct, man.
We'll have it in September.
It's been
But-
since E3.
September
Also-
23rd.
There's typically one
Calling
in
it
September.
right now, September 23rd.
Okay. Do you know what day of the week that is?
Nope.
It's usually a Tuesday, Wednesday, or Thursday that they do a Direct.
So also,
what?
Nintendo's wacky, dude.
They're whack.
They're wacky.
Yep, I
so,
agree.
I mean, they're all over the place. They could be doing anything they want, and they
Uh-huh.
do anything they want.
Yeah,
So
it's true.
In all sense, it could be nothing.
Yeah, it's true.
September
We did-
23rd is Monday.
It's not going to happen.
Wow.
That's when they'll announce
You
it.
want me to
It'll be
go
the
trivia real
24th or the
quick?
25th.
Yeah, yeah.
All right, trivia time.
What video game has had the biggest budget?
Oh, biggest budget ever.
Biggest budget ever. We've talked about what game has made the most money,
Mm-hmm.
but we never
I
talked
feel like-
about what
I'm-
game
I'm
has
thinking
cost
Rockstar.
the most.
I wanna
I'm thinking Rockstar too.
Either GTA 5 or Red Dead 2.
I have an idea of the answer, but I'm going to do a deeper dive.
Okay, cool. You're just randomly asking a question. You'll find out the answer later.
Well, I have an
Like
idea.
it.
I have
I
an
like
idea.
your style.
I like your style coming up with a question that you don't have the answer to.
You guys one week are like, "Hey Zach, you don't have trivia. Well, you're doing a bad job." Well, hey Zach, you come up with a question.
No, I
you're
think
doing
it's
a
great.
bad job.
Yo, calm down, triggered. Yo, trigger alert.
Okay.
Yo, calm your nipple tech
hey.
down, okay?
I'm going to stick with Rockstar. Scott, workshop this with me. Do
Yeah.
you think GTA 5 or Red Dead had a bigger...
I'm not going to give you my answer, you
Dead 2.
pleb.
Red Dead 2.
I'll say GTA 5.
Okay.
Oh, well, maybe it's like Metal Gear Solid 5 or something.
No,
'Cause
that game bombed.
Things went bad after that between
You think
Kojima
Metal
and
Gear
Konami.
Solid 5 has the biggest video game budget ever.
Of all time?
It's possible.
Of all time?
It's possible.
Absolutely not.
There's
You're a
no
Can I
fool.
give you two answers?
No.
And then
You
if
can
I'm
give
right
me an
on
answer.
either one,
You
I'll
can
get
give
the
me an answer.
But if you're
and-
right, you void your win.
All right. It's Red Dead Redemption 2, but I
Uh-huh.
want to go on record as having mentioned Metal Gear Solid 5.
All right.
All right.
All right.
Scott, did you guess something?
I'll say
already?
GTA 5.
Okay. Okay.
I feel like that's a pretty big. I feel like it's not Rockstar at all.
It's a big game.
It's probably like Tetris
You don't think it's
or
Rockstar?
something.
It's the biggest budget.
Yeah.
Game costs nothing to make.
Look, you don't know that.
That's true.
You
It
don't
just
know.
makes all the money.
I'm trying to just fill the dead air space. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for listening. As always, don't forget to check us out on the social meets.
Where else?
Did I finish?
No.
Calm
I'm just
down.
excited
Let
for
him
where
roll
this is
with it.
going.
Take a breath. Facebook, Twitter, Facebook, Twitter, Facebook.
I love that place.
Facebook, Twitter, YouTube. Don't forget to check us out on iTunes and now nwczradio.com. Hopefully this episode gets posted.
That'd be awesome. We'll try to figure out a time
Yeah.
to share with you guys.
When
it actually
But yeah,
happens.
check us out all on Video Game Pharmacy. Video Game Pharmacy. That's the word I'm looking for.
That's right.
Yes.
We don't have a website yet, but
No.
maybe someday.
No,
Maybe
maybe
someday.
Maybe
Yeah.
someday. Anyway,
All
from
right.
Zach,
Bye, guys.
from Brittin,
Yep.
I'm Scott, and you've been listening to this show that
Thanks.
we like to
Thanks.
make.
Thanks for doing this.
Yep.
Thanks for
Anyway,
being
thank
here
you
with
guys
us.
so much for listening
All
to
right.
VGRx. We'll see you guys next week. Bye-bye.
Bye. Those are crazy endings.
Thanks, man.
The pharmacy is now closed.